Primos y primas, que lo que, welcome, bienvenidos to the Dear God Are We There Yet, the podcast con tu prima favorita. Soy Alicia Sanchez, and yes, this podcast is bilingual, empowering social good one conversation at a time, sharing weekly insights and inspirations from people adding their magic to make this world a better place. Whether you want to learn more about volunteer travel, being more socially conscious, or you love a good conversation that breaks down barriers while evoking pasión and emoción, this is the podcast for you. Grab a cafecito y vamos a hablar. Primos y primas, okay, este es another episode con Dear God Are We There Yet, tu prima favorita. This podcast today is actually going to be, it's a little short, and I've been trying to keep these podcasts a little short because I want to get to the point, porque ya tú sabes, la prima tuya puede hablar, I speak a lot, I like to talk, but today I wanted to make it short and sweet because I feel it's going to be a lot more powerful for you to think about this, and at the same time, it's my birthday week, so I'm celebrating my birthday week, and you know, if you're a Sagittarius, you probably celebrate the entire month from when November 30th at midnight hits, you're like, it's my birthday, and it hasn't even hit your birthday yet. Welcome to my reality. Anyways, I want to talk about a little bit about the what and the why and the verses and this and that. You know, if you're listening to my podcast, we talk about social good, spreading the conversations in people's lives. And this season, it's all about true stories about people in their lives and how social good just creeps up in it, or how things in our life change through these lessons. And today I want to talk about a story about a personal story, actually, just because, one, it's my birthday. Yes, my birthday is on Sunday, 12/12. I'm going to do something really special where you want to give me love. I want you to support the Impact Micro Grants. Or I want you to volunteer online, or I want you to do something that has to do with social good, because hello, I'm obsessed with it, and I'm obsessed with making this world a better place, starting with myself and what I can do as one. And that's what I want to talk about today when it comes to the why and the what. So hear me out a little bit. We know that every time we're always listening to like, oh, well, what's your why? What's your why? And, you know, and we get so enthralled and we get so passionate about telling our why. I know constantly I'm always talking about, dear God, are we there yet? You know, why did I start, and my why behind it, and my journey with people helping me when I was at my lowest, and how I want to kind of reciprocate that and teach that and encourage that and empower that we are not an island, and that the most powerful way to give back in this world is reciprocating love and time. And so volunteering is that. And that's why I have a Dear God Are We There Yet, the nonprofit volunteer community. It started as a book, ya tú sabes. If you haven't read it, you can still get it. But there's so many different ways to volunteer, and I want to bring volunteering to the world. And so I'm always talking about the why. I'm always asking people. Recently, when I was speaking at the college in Palm Beach, I asked people all the time, what is your why? And, what's inspired by that? But then I sit back and I think about my inner voice that says, pero ¿qué es lo que tú vas a hacer ahora, chica? ¿Qué es lo que tú vas a hacer ahora? What are you going to do next? Now everything is beautiful with the why, and it's wonderful, and it's awesome, and it's so beautiful. But what are you going to do now? Because you see, we sit and we say, God's going to make this great. God's going to do this for us. God's going to do, yeah, God's amazing. But what are we doing? What are we preparing ourselves? What are we teaching ourselves? What places or spaces are we inserting ourselves so that we can learn, observe, and really grow? What are we doing? Because the why is so powerful. In fact, the why kind of scares us sometimes, because the why can hit us and it can just slap us in the face and say, this is what you need, and this is why you need it in your family and your culture, or your, the generational curses that we want to break, and all these different things that come up from our why. But where is the what? Where is that fierceness and that, that ability for us to just be like, yeah, okay, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. This is what I'm going to do right now. Because we can stay in the why all day long. And sometimes our memories come and we hold on to that because that's that hurt. I'll never forget, even as an adult now, I think about the trauma that I dealt as a child with how I feel about self-love and loving myself and loving my hair, my pajón, my pelo lindo, not pelo malo, not bad hair, because just like, in the American culture, people talk about bad hair. It's huge in the Latino culture with pelo malo and all that. And growing up, I don't want my daughter to ever in her mind say pelo malo or whatever, or bad hair and all that. But we hold on to these memories and it keeps us stuck sometimes. I find myself sometimes not even being confident in the way I'm using my voice, even if it shakes, because I'm afraid that I will be judged for my experiences. And so I start to dumb down myself and think, well, maybe I'm slow, or maybe this is just the way. But no. Holding on to those memories is what I need to let go of. It's what we need to let go of. And so I'm coming to you guys at this podcast. I always tell you, I'm not a therapist. I'm nothing. I'm just talking to you like your prima. Like we're talking like it's 1995. Okay, so grab that cafecito. But we are so on this why, but what memories do we need to let go of? What memories do we need to start creating? What memories or what change do we need? Because listen, we are allowed to change every single day. I want you to wake up tomorrow and I want you to do something completely different. As a matter of fact, next year, our 2022 challenge, because every year we have a challenge for the entire year, we send out an email out. The year before we were doing, this year we were doing acts of kindness, right? The year before we were doing about conversations, sparking conversations. But 2022, we're bringing it hard with new experiences in our life that is going to challenge us. New experiences in our life that it's going to make us think about our reality and what are we being comfortable with and what are we not coming out of our comfort zone. We have to be okay with changing every day, and not for someone else or something else, but for us. Because the minute we begin to change, people start saying to ourselves, oh, you change, or why are you thinking like that? Or you're this way. Déjame decirte algo. Let me tell you guys, my primos and my primas, we are allowed to change. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to feel a certain way because your experiences are completely different from someone else. And the way you're going to take those experiences, it's not to say they're right or wrong. That is your experience. And if you choose to hold on to the past, or you choose to hold on to what has hurt you, that is what you choose. But it's time to know that what are we going to do about this? The holidays are here and we might have so many different emotions. I know for me, I love my family and I'm always thinking about the people in the world. I mean, sometimes I wake up and I can just be, I feel the world so heavy on me. Like in my heart, I feel emotional and I'm just like I start having like this anxiety, like these foster care kids, or, like all these kids in the world, or all these elderly people that are by themselves and no one's going to come say hi to them, or, or tell them a joke or write them a card. And while I want to do all of it, I can't. But what am I going to do about it? I'm going to do what I can. And I'm going to make this volunteer community impactful for your lives. For you to understand the power of volunteering, for others to know that it's okay to change and have so many different hobbies and so many different passions, and that the why is powerful, but what we're doing about it has more power because that is what's driving us. We can pray, we can meditate, we can be in our own spaces, we can consult our friends, we can write in our journal, but what are we doing about it? What are we physically doing about it? What is our brain doing about it? And so I want to say that every day I choose to embrace and my birthday in a way. I always talk about it and I always joke about it that but that my birthday is every day. It should be every day. I celebrate me every day, and that my birthday month is something that is just super, super special. It's just something that I want to hone in on. But Let's celebrate our birthdays every day. Let's buy ourselves flowers on a random Tuesday. Let's take ourselves out to dinner for a random Thursday. Let's go get a beauty treatment for whatever if you're feeling a win that you got, or even let me say this, primos y primas, even on a day that you got rejected on something, treat yourself, because you are enough and you deserve it. Having a nonprofit is not freaking easy. I tell you, I work a lot. I work a lot, and I have a family. I have a nonprofit. I have my crafts. I have so many different things, and it's not easy to juggle. But I will tell you this, which makes me feel some type of, I will tell you this, that you have to celebrate every part of your life, every single part of your life. Even if you cannot see it, you have to celebrate it. And I know that sounds like, es una loca, tú eres una loca, prima. Yeah, I am a loca. I've even celebrated the spirits of people who have passed, like celebrating their presence in my life, even when they're not here on earth. I miss them so much. Like my grandmother, my father's side, I miss her so much, but I am so grateful in spirit that she is with me, that I can feel her and I can feel her warmth, and I'm celebrating that, because it hurts so much to not know she's not here in the physical world, that it can put me down in a tunnel. It can put me down in a hole of sadness. And so what I am doing is what I'm trying to find the happiness of knowing that she's with me. And this takes time. It takes time. I read a story the other day of a woman. I read a story about a woman who said that she lost her husband, and it took her so long to be at peace with that. And that the trajectory of her life completely changed, and she needed death to realize what she was going to do about her life. And yo me quedé con la boca abierta. I just said, like, my mouth was open, and I was just like, wow. Wow, because I guess something woke up, just like I always talk about it on, social media, or even on my emails, like tragedy does make us wake up. And I just want to leave you this one thing about the podcast today, because I said I wanted to leave it short. I didn't want to keep rambling on. We got to let go of these memories that are to hurt us and not help us. We got to know that the why is so powerful, and that we can keep speaking it into the universe. We can keep doing that, but write that email, make that call. What are you going to do about it? And you're allowed to change. You're allowed to have your emotions. You are allowed. And remember, every day, celebrate yourself. Even if those rejections, when I get a rejection for a nonprofit of a grant or whatever in partnership, I put it in a folder and I said, thank you. Thank you, because there's something I need to learn, and our partnership is not at this moment. It's not at this moment. And so I want to just leave you with that when we're talking about the why versus the what. And I hope that you gain something from this podcast, and I hope you can take from it. And hasta la próxima. I will speak with you guys next week. I love you so much for everyone tuning in. We have over 5,000 downloads or listen. I think it's downloads. To me, that's a lot. I think one person that downloads it, I'm just like, I love you so much. When we get orders, I'm like, I love you so much, because this nonprofit is all about community. Our impact microgrants are for community. They're by the community, for the community. Our volunteering are for our community, for all the causes of the world. We love you all. We are here to support you and to advocate for you. And so thank you guys, and have a beautiful week. Wepa! Thank you for tuning in. Show us your love and join the conversation on one of our redes sociales, social media. Leave a podcast review, and be sure to tune in next week. ¿Y qué ahora? What's next? Check out our website and volunteer today. We have so many virtual volunteer opportunities, and remember, you can be a part of the change in a changing world. Hasta la próxima. Besos!